Alright, here's part 77, the part that's gonna end off the bonus event of the career mode, the Rebel X challenge, by doing the Sebastian Vettel X challenge, which is the final event of it, of course. And here's Vettel gonna explain it. Of course, I went through it in my mind, so if you want to read it, you can just pause the video and just read what he says yourself. This is going to, like, going towards, like, kind of like, I don't know, license test type of thing, though. With certain, how you call it, reliefs, yeah. With certain reliefs in this. So, the 3 challenges here in this Special X challenge, we have to do like a 2-lap time trial around these 3 tracks. And we drive one of the newest cars, which is the Rebel X 2014 fan car. Big price awards, and the price awards are treating itself like, how the mission races, cockpit challenges, the usual stuff, special events type thing like that. Instead of just, treating it as like a race event. So this is round 1 as we're going to Monza. And what we get to you is
the Monza circuit in Italy.
Vettel explained this for you.
It's a historic track that's comprised of 4 straights, tricky chicanes and high-speed corners, making it a thrilling, super fast place to race. Monza is a special place to me because I have won my first ever Formula 1 race here, in the rain. The 1-lap record of 1 minute and 19 seconds was set by Juan Pablo Montoya in 2004. Let's see what you can do out there.
Thank you so much, Sebastian Vettel, for explaining Monza. You're gonna explain it for the other 2 tracks as well. And yes, because of my inexperience with these, I have to put the driveline on so I can, so it can help me out though. Okay. So this is the first round, 2 laps at Monza. And the way this works, is that Sebastian Vettel is in the Rebel car when we're in the white fan car itself. We're basically, Vettel is the guide driver for us to guide our way around Monza, whilst learning how to try to drive around this, so you have no idea. I don't know how many times this took, but I know this took me like 20 minutes to get going on this. There are some releases in this Sebastian Vettel X challenge I don't find too complicated though. Like, if you go off course, they don't disqualify you, they don't penalize you, you just try to continue as it is. However, I tried to do as good as like here, that's why I had to do like, many attempts to do this. I had no idea how many attempts this was, but it took me 20 minutes to try to get a good record here. And for anyone wondering, this is not a race, hence why there's positions, but this is not a race. We're just trying to drive away on the track so that we can get a good time. It's like the mission races, of course. However, the target times is our concern here, not a race against the driver itself. So that was the first lap. Here's the second lap. You have no idea how much I tried to get my way on this track. It was difficult. This fan car was faster than a standard car. And thank God we don't have to do a race event like this. Like the other ones though. We just had to do like a time trial event like this, so, and just get a guide driver to guide us, so driving the same car and stuff. But what this prepares for us, so this is actually gonna be one of those stress relief type of events, so it can stress you out, but it can relieve you at the same time. And you might see an occasional times I might cut the track though, and that's completely bogus of me. But I mean, what else am I supposed to do though? I mean, I try to do what I can do, so yeah, I try to do what I can do. Good entry coming to the last turn of Monza, and gotta go it easily like that. 215.567. And another good thing about this is that, no disqualifications, that's good. And big prize awards, like getting gold immediately earns you 1 million credits, exactly. Anyway, let's get on to round number 2 though of the Sebastian Vettel X challenge. This time is a 2-lap trial around Spa-Francorchamps. And the points were also slightly higher. target times are different because of how the track can walk around here. Here's round number 2, this time at Spa. Let's let Vettel explain here.
This is Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. Like the Suzuka circuit, Spa is defined by its classic layout. Really fast straights with lots of exciting corners, some of them on the dangerous side. The most famous corner here is Eau Rouge. Nearly every pilot who has driven here loves this track, including myself. The one lap record of Spa is 1 minute and 43 seconds, set by Michael Schumacher. Let's see how we'll get on.
Alright, then we drive the fan car this time around Spa. Of course, different challenges. Of course, drive the same car though, but you know, I just try to make sure the drive watches are good. Okay, now for this challenge. This one I didn't have as much struggles with. I mean, struggles because inexperience with this car, but it wasn't as very tough. It wasn't as tough as Monza was. Let's just say that. Possibly the worst is yet to come. To be honest, I think it did an okay job around here. I mean, there was at some points where I just screwed up though, but overall, I think I just did an okay job in this round of the Sebastian Vettel X challenge. I just had to make sure to get through the turns as good as I can, no matter what else happens. So I was about to come to a point where I thought I was going to be passing Vettel actually, but you know, I guess not though. You can see there the go time, you know, for the two guys combined together was 2:50. This definitely goes into consideration that you have what's driving on Spa. Yeah, but the reason I decided to do this, you know, signing at the international B class, because you know the international B license is needed to unlock this, and you just, you know, do each event every time we get, like, you know, the prize card for the stars and the classes. And so it could be like seemingly organized, fairly well nice, and also to the fact that I just wanted to do the final event, and I just knocked Vettel off the track for whatever reason. It's because I just wanted to do the final event of the biggest event need to be done, you know, after all the other events has been done, like all the special events, even the Sebastian, no, not this, not that, this part of it, and even the Red X challenge would have to be done before the biggest event comes, so that, you know, when I do a little bit of the extra stuff, I will have to stress less about them and not have to do that, and I have to wait till the last minute to do this. So yeah, doing it a little early, oh, it might as well seem good for me. Yeah, you can see I was trying a little bit desperately to get on this track. I mean, I had a good first lap though. It could be guaranteed that I'm gonna get gold, but regardless. I think the last turn, I don't remember where I screwed up though in this heel attempt. Oh right, I accidentally got off course, and yeah, I tried to get back on track, so I got rid of back in the lead. Well, you know, race doesn't matter. All that matters is the time, and thankfully it was just enough for me to get to gold. Okay, yeah, 248.331. Thankfully it was just enough though. The worst is yet to come. Sadly, the worst is the last round. That earns me a 1.05 million for getting gold on this challenge. Well, gold single-handed, gold immediately, if you know, because it also includes the silver ones price wars. Alright, there's one round left to go here, and this round takes place at Suzuka. Oh boy, Suzuka. This is the round that almost ended me. But regardless, I got it done. Round number 3, the final round, the final event of the Sebastian, of the Red X challenges here. That's what I'm going to explain.
Here we are at the Suzuka circuit. It's a very technical and fun track with lots of challenging sections, especially the first sector up the hill along the S's. I raced here for the first time in 2009, where I took pole position and went on to win the race. So you can understand why Suzuka is one of my favorite racetracks in the world. The 1 minute 28 seconds lap record of Suzuka was set by Michael Schumacher. Let's see what you can do.
Okay, so 2 laps on Suzuka. And I don't remember. This was more tougher than what I did with Monza, though. Excuse me. Yeah, this was more tougher. And it was at a point though where dinner was ready for me when I was trying to do this. And I was like, you know what? And I just felt like, you know what? Screw it. Eat dinner. Stop recording. Record a different recording so that I can do this. And then, yeah, there we go. Of course, this was on a second recording because I had to eat dinner earlier, but well, this was recorded last night though, to be honest. And as you can see here, I was trying really desperately though. This is not your usual way of trying to beat the game at all stands. But I mean, what else am I supposed to do though? You know, if I mess up, I mess up. So if I mess up slightly, you know, just stick with it. Just get going. It's my only concern though. You know, I'm kind of happy that they had no penalties. So it's also weird though. Like normally, you know, like mission races and also the special events, they would penalize you for or disqualify you for leaving the track or ahead in the car. But in this one, it doesn't do that for you. It does not have those penalties, which I find to be a little weird, but also a little bit more relieving and satisfying. Because I can manage to get through this with at least minimal troubles. Yep, that was the trouble I had though. I accidentally got onto that and just got me off course. And I'm on the second lap now. You have no idea how much this type of event that's been added in career mode. It really stressed me out. It really frustrated me. But thank God I'm finally gonna be done with this, so finally. And I probably don't have to do this ever again. Oh boy. I had to find some way to get back on the track because I was off course like that. I mean, with my previous ghost cars way up ahead of me. Make the last couple turns to be better than that ghost car right up there, because that's how my ghost car screwed up though. And I had a high doubt it's gonna be barely enough, but it was barely enough by 229.658 for the lap time, or both lap times altogether. Thank God that I finally ended. Of course, my ones and those were terrible, but I mean, what else did I have to do? 1.1 million credits in this. It's nice that this challenge was able to give you big points. It was like over 3 million credits. And yeah, that's it. The WebWreck challenge is officially done. But before we end off that,
Congratulations! Did you have fun?
sure.
You've now cleared all stages of the X challenge, which means you've mastered all the basics of driving Formula cars. The last thing I wanted to say is that driving is fun.
It sure is.
Right now, I compete in the challenging world of racing, but still feel the same. Driving is always fun.
Yep.
This feeling hasn't changed for me since I was a little boy.
And we get this cutscene right here. Come on. Oh, here we go.
You are now on your way to become a racing driver. In other words, you might end up racing in the same race with me one day. And please, never forget, enjoy your driving. I'm looking forward to see you on track one day.
I'll try to enjoy my driving as much as I can though. Will it be virtual or in real life though? I'll try to enjoy it as much as I can. It's nice that my driver was able to pull off, you know, away in that, you know, white fan car. Oh, and by the way, since we completed the Sebastian Vettel X challenge, we get the WebWreck Over Team fan car itself. And I thought, instead of using the Russian Rebel colors, why not use the color that I use in the challenges itself, just white. I mean, I don't want to portray myself as Vettel, so I decided to just get in white. So yeah, different car was than what I picked for the other Red Bull cars. But there you have it, the Red Bull X Challenge is finally done. All 4 events finally done, and now we don't have to worry about those anymore. And we just have to worry about the other international A-class events, including, you know, the Carpet Challenge and the Womack races. Well, in the next part, we're gonna get back to racing though, so I really hope that you enjoyed the Red Bull X Challenge, and that I really hope to be more relaxed coming to these events right here. Alright everyone, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a very good night.